If you ever thought roasted veggies were boring, wait until you try this version. The key is to use a variety of root vegetables. Rutabagas and turnips are a great place to start. Rutabagas have this mellow, buttery sweetness and a firm texture that holds up beautifully in the oven. Turnips are a little softer with a juicy, peppery bite that balances everything out. You'll feel the difference as you peel and cut them. Rutabagas are denser and take a bit more pressure, while turnips slice more easily. I'm cutting everything into roughly 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. This helps them cook evenly and they get that wonderful caramelized edge. I like to toss these two together since they cook at the same pace and they make the perfect base before we bring in the beets. Adding these unusual veggies adds such a nice dimension and a mix of sweetness and spice that gives it so much more interest. So next we're going to do the beets, and I've got golden beets and red beets. You're going to want to use a pair of gloves so that they don't bleed on your hands and stain them. Use a sharp Y peeler and just take off the skin, and look at this beautiful red beet. You can see that it's got a lovely red flesh, but it will stain your hands if you don't use the gloves. It in fact will stain the cutting board too, so just be mindful of that. So cut the beets into small bite-size, 1 inch pieces, and we're going to roast this with the rutabaga and turnip on the same pan. I like to add a little bit of fresh rosemary, just chop it up really fine, and then we're going to toss this together along with some of the seasonings. Now it's important to do this separately, so rutabaga and turnip in one bowl with a little salt, pepper, rosemary, and some olive oil. I'm tossing the rutabaga and turnips in their own bowl first. You don't want to mix these with the beets yet because the beets will bleed their color onto everything. Once they're coated, I spread them on one side of the sheet pan and keep the beets on the other. That way the flavors can stay clean and your veggies don't all turn that deep beet red. Incidentally, I'm seasoning the same way for each of the veg. Just a little kosher salt, pepper, and some fresh rosemary and olive oil. It's going to be so good. For the next sheet pan, I use a combination of red and yellow onions, just chopped roughly into 1 inch pieces, and you'll want to separate them so that they get a lot of surface area on the pan. Next comes some carrots and parsnips. Parsnips have kind of a vegetal quality to them. And I also like to use sweet potato as well as maybe some baby Dutch potatoes, or you could use red or Yukon Golds. Just put all of these into a bowl and season with the olive oil, salt, black pepper, and fresh rosemary. Give it a really good toss so that everything is coated well. And then we're going to spread all of this onto a sheet pan. Look at those colors, aren't they gorgeous? Spread the vegetables into a single layer. The more contact they have with the pan, the better the caramelization. We're going to roast these at about 400 degrees for 45 to 50 minutes until they're golden and crusty on the outside with that beautiful caramelization that everybody loves. So once everything is roasted, we can combine the vegetables without fear of them bleeding or leaking their juices and color. Serve this medley of roasted root veggies in a big bowl. It's great for everyday meals or holidays. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite root veggie?